Hey guys, it's Marcus again from simplesitesbigprofits.com, and today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to edit a theme in Artisteer 4. That is, how to create a WordPress blog theme that you can use to design your blog and everything like that using the program Artisteer 4. Now, I've tried many other programs and programmers and different things like that, but nothing makes it as easy to create a theme the way that I want as Artisteer 4. And for those of you that are going to be following along and doing what I teach in this video, I have a simple checklist along with different programs and downloads at simplesitesbigprofits.com/art. Again, that's simplesitesbigprofits.com/art. For those watching on YouTube, the link for this, where you can get all the tools and everything, will be below the video in the description. For right now, let's go ahead and open up Artisteer and show you exactly how to create your own WordPress blog theme. Now, when creating or selecting your own WordPress blog theme, I want you to remember that a blog theme is more like a template. That is to say, it tells different things where to be on your blog. So sometimes when you have a template that looks nice in the theme creator, it might not work so well on the blog that you have because of the way your content is laid out. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to select different ways to align your content and how to design a theme that's going to work for you, not only to organize your content in a way that makes sense, but also to convert your visitors and get them to click on the things that you want them to click on and go to the places that you want them to go. So again, keep in mind your blog theme should be simple, direct, to the point, and guide people to exactly what you want them to go to. And it's for that exact reason that I created a special Artisteer file for you that you can use to kind of build your templates from and things like that. And that file is called Artisteer Basic. So once you open your Artisteer program like this, what I usually do is get rid of this little sidebar here because we don't really need it. And I go up to File, and I want to choose the Artisteer Basic. Again, this is the file that I have for you on simplesitesbigprofits.com/art. That's simplesitesbigprofits.com/art. You can get this file for free, and what it's going to do, obviously it's going to upgrade for whatever version you have, and what it's going to do is it's going to create everything based on the way that I create my blogs. That's very simple. Okay, the way that we want to remember is we want to be about 1,000 pixels wide. Okay, that is, if you go to Layout and you go to Sheet Width, you're going to see that it's about 1,000 pixels wide. In this example, I have 900. I can go up to 1,000. Okay, sometimes you can go as small as 850 and different things like that. You just want to remember what screen you're on. Now, luckily, the Artisteer 4 program creates what's known as a responsive theme. That means if someone is on a cell phone and it's not 1,000 pixels wide, like most cell phones are, right, or not, I should say, it's going to show up for them in a way that looks good to them. If they're on a bigger screen, it's going to make it adjust. Okay, so the responsive design that Artisteer 4 comes out with works on all platforms. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go 1,000 wide. Most screens are at about 1,300 plus wide, so we're going to look good. Okay, very, very important that it looks good to the viewer. We don't want things all over the place. That's why I choose 1,000 wide. All right, next up we have our header. Our header is this black part up here. Okay, you'll see this black box that is highlighted. Now the header, again, is an important part of your blog, but not so important that it should take everything up. As you'll notice on some blogs, they have their header coming down covering almost the first page, which is kind of ridiculous and doesn't make sense. Your header is there just to kind of say, hey, I'm a trustworthy site, I'm not just a piece of junk, and I'm here to serve you. I'm here to do good for you. Okay, it can have like a small logo or something like that. I usually like to do my header, if we go to the header portion here, I like to do my header approximately 100 to 150 pixels wide. Okay, some people have them huge, which will make it like this, which makes no sense. Okay, even if you have a beautiful image, it doesn't matter if it's not leading into your content. The whole reason your blog exists is for your content, people to consume your content, go to the things that you want them to go to, and click on the things you want them to click on. Having a gigantic, oversized header is not going to help, which is why I like to keep this to about 100. Okay, and you'll notice the various tabs across the top that we're going through. Obviously, your home tab is for when you're just starting and you want to suggest things, which if you're using my file, you don't need to use this tab very much at all. Next, we have our edit, colors and fonts if we want to adjust the different colors that we have. The Layout tab, which controls where the menu is, where the header is, if there's a header, what the sheet width is, the padding, the columns, and everything like that. Then, of course, we have the Content tab here, which changes the colors of text, different icons you could have, what you use as your indents and link colors and everything like that. And you'll notice that each part highlights, which gives me a little menu where I can edit that directly, or I can edit it up here as well. So very simple to go through. We could change the color of our headlines like this. Let's say instead of blue or instead of green, I wanted like red. That's going to change that for us. And then, of course, we can change the icon from like a star to these little dots or whatever it is we want. So it's very, very, very easy to go through and change everything the way you want it. Next, we have background, which is going to change the background color or design of our blog. Okay, right now I have it as just a regular blank white. If you wanted, you can change it to a different thing like this or whatever you want. Now, there's other options you can do by making the content area white and then the rest your design or whatever it is you want. So it's very easy to do. Next, we have sheet, which is going to tell us what our sheet looks like. This is where you would do, maybe you would have like a different radius around it. Maybe you'd put a box around your sheet like this. Various different things to make the design of your blog look different. Then again, we have our header tab, which is going to design our header. If we wanted to put an image or a logo in our header, we could do that as a background image like this. We just select something from our computer, go to our pictures file, and if I wanted to have, let's say, let's find something, let's put these dollars there, right? That's going to stretch it across as a background. Or if I wanted to put it as an image, I can do that as well. Just choose something from the file, and let's say I had a logo, perhaps like this little house here. Okay, that's going to put the house in there. Okay, also you can go through and you can click on them and delete them like this right from within the tab. Now you can also change the color. If you wanted to change the color, you could change the effect, which is going to show different textures and things like that. If we wanted it just to be a flat green, or if we wanted something else, we can do that as well. So it's very, very easy to manipulate different things. Again, I'm just going to stick with the flat black with the little design that we had in the beginning. Okay, you can also go ahead and import images that have a transparent background. So for example, if I wanted to go through and take something like perhaps a logo, let's say I was going to use a logo like this mortgage thing. Okay, if it has a transparent background, then I can make it look just like a logo, right, like this, and then I can adjust my headline to kind of look a little bit nicer as well. So it's very, very easy to manipulate these Artisteer files like this. Now, one of the most important things that people mess up on in Artisteer design and things like that is the headline and slogan text. Naturally, what we want to do is we want to go in here and edit these to say, my company or my website name or my keywords or whatever that is. Now, as tempting as that is and might be, don't do it. Never edit the word headline or slogan text because these are different variables that are picked up by WordPress. So by leaving this as headline and slogan text, what's going to happen is it's going to go and pick this information up from your WordPress settings. So whatever you have your blog title as and whatever you have your slogan text as within your WordPress control panel, that is going to call those variables there. So very important. Again, remember, this is a template, a theme. It is not controlling the way your blog is, which is very important to remember when creating these, because you want to allow WordPress to do its thing and do what it's good at, and you want to allow the theme to just kind of be there to design it. With that said, I have a few other things that I want you to pay close attention to when designing your WordPress blog. So along with your theme being 100 pixels wide, your header being about 100 to 150 pixels tall, your little logo and your headline and slogan text unchanged, we also want to pay attention to a few other things. And that takes us to our Layout tab. You see, the Layout tab is what controls the 5 main areas of our blog. Those 5 main areas are the header, the menu, the content area, the sidebar, and of course your footer. Again, that's your header, your menu, your content area, sidebar, and your footer. What we do in the layout area is we determine how big we want our content area to be. You can see right here the content area is highlighted, and we want to make that about 300 to 350 pixels wide. Now the reason I do this is so that I can fit banner ads, different AdSense, and of course an opt-in box if that's what I want to do. So it allows me more flexibility for the different things that I want to put in this area. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to columns. We're going to go down to 2 columns. Make sure that it's set at 2 columns. This would change it if you want to put the column on the other side, or if you wanted to do a 3-column layout. However, I always stick to 2 column because when you get to 3, it's almost too much for the eyes to look at. And if you do 1, then there's not going to be any room for the sidebar stuff. So we're going to go with 2, and then we're going to go into column width, and we're going to choose width options, and we're going to do 325 pixels wide, right, like this. And then we simply go back to our page like this, and we have set that at 325 pixels wide, and you can see it there is actually bigger looking on the screen. Okay, we can close this window. Now we have our main areas of the blog already set up. What we want to do next is go into our menu tab. Our menu tab is going to be where we design this menu here. Now it's very important to remember that the menu by default is going to show your WordPress pages. So if you have 100 different pages, it's going to show them here. Okay, it's not going to show your posts, but it will show your pages, which is very, very important. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to make these look like links. You'll notice that sometimes we can go through and make them look like buttons like this. Okay, I don't typically like that. I like them to look like links. So what we're going to choose is we're going to choose the active and passive that just are blank text like this. And then I'm going to go through and I'm going to center it by going to Item, down to Align, and we're going to choose Center right like this. That's going to go ahead and center our menu. Now we can also go in and go to Item, and we can change the way that it looks by making a bigger, bolder font. We can go in and do them in blue, which I like to do with our color here. We're going to go Font Options, and we can change this different fonts and underlines if we want to make it underlined and things like that. A little bit bigger if we want to do that. And then we're going to go in and go to coloring. I believe we can go into, let's see what coloring, oh, no, that's not it. We're going to go in, there we are, we're going to go into active. That means that it's just sitting there, it means it's active link. And we're going to go in and we're going to do this in a blue link color. Okay, you can also do this with passive. If you want to do passive like this, you could do that as well. That's basically when you hover, let's see, we're going to do not the background one. Passive, we're going to go text color, and we're going to choose this. That means when you hover over it and things like that. So we're just going to choose blue on all of them. That way it's easy. And that's about it. So they look like blue underlined links. And now when our pages are shown, they're just going to look like links, which is what we want. Now the next thing we want to do is make sure that all the links, like the read more and different things like that on our blog, whenever we put a link in, we want to make sure that it does show up in blue because that's what people are used to. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the content area and do the same thing. We're going to go over here and we're going to go into content, and we're going to go into hyperlink. And you can see here how hyperlink is set at this green color here. Okay, we're going to change that, and we're going to change again all of them, link, visited, and hover, to be blue, right like this, and underlined. So we're going to do that on the first one, visited link. We're going to do blue as well. And then hovered link, we're also going to do blue. Okay, so now it looks like a link, makes it a lot easier. Next, of course, we could do that on our headings as well. Okay, so if you want to go to your headings and do the same kind of thing in here and do the different colors and stuff like that, that will change the way that it looks and how it looks like a link. So if I want to make this blue as well, and I can also go through and do underlined as well. Let's see if we could do underlined in here, font family, font options, there we go. And we can go through and click on underline like that, and we're going to do regular instead of bold, and now those are going to look like links as well. Okay, so it'll show up underlined and extremely easy to look. So we'll do, let's do these again, do blue. Okay, and again, it is a pain in the neck, but you do have to do them on all of the various ones. Okay, So we'll do visited, got that, got that, got that. Okay, so we're good to go on that. Got this link. Okay, next what you want to do is you want to go over to your sidebar stuff, which is going to be in the blocks. Now the blocks are what shows up in your sidebar. So if you hit suggest blocks, it's going to make different looks of things here, which we don't want to really mess around with too much. The only things we want to mess around with in here is in our headers and our content. So in our headers, we want to make sure that our links are looking good and stuff like that. So we're going to take the links from this green color, and we're going to put, again, all 3 of them, and this is just for the sidebar. So in our sidebar now, that's going to be blue. The hovered or the visited is going to be blue, and lastly, our hovered is going to be blue. Okay, very simple. So that means if we have different affiliate links and stuff like that, they will show up as blue. If we say click here and it's a link, it's going to show up as blue, and it's going to entice a lot more people to click. That's why all of the links on all of our blogs and sites must be blue and underlined. Now, the last thing we want to do is we want to take a look at controls and stuff like that. If you're going to be having an opt-in box or different radio buttons or boxes or search boxes, you want to go through and make sure that everything looks okay. Okay, so on the input box, we're just going to go through and make it like this. This second one here instead of standard. That way it is controlled by our blog. You could do the same thing with checkbox, make those pretty, make radio buttons look kind of cool as well. Search boxes you can make in the same kind of box like this. Pager, I never use that. Comments, you can make those look different. You can say, hey, I want the avatar to look like this guy, or I want it to be small, or I don't want an avatar. Again, this gets into complicated stuff, so I wouldn't mess around with that too much. You can put a little Facebook icon if that's what you want to do, Twitter and RSS, which will all show up down here. Okay, those are very, very easy to use if you are using them in your blog. So that will show up if you have that activated on your blog. And then lastly, what we want to do is we want to go to our footer. Our footer area, again, is this area down here, and this is edited by our blog as well. So in our theme, we can change what we want. Now, you'll notice it says link 1, 2, and 3. This will be on your sample file that I'm giving you at simplesitesbigprofits.com/art. Again, that's simplesitesbigprofits.com/art. That's going to give you the file that we've been editing in this video so far. Okay, you can pop that into your Artisteer, and you can edit it just like this. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to create the text here and everything like that. Now, your text area, you could go through and you can do copyright whatever you want. If you have a business name, if you have a site name, if you want to put your name, whatever you want to do, you can have your link 1, 2, 3, your disclaimer. Sometimes I'll put a live chat button down there. Sometimes I'll put some other stuff there. So it just depends on what you want. And what you want to remember is this is all HTML edited. So this is edited by this text link up here. Okay, so when you click the text button, okay, what's going to happen is it's going to allow you to change this. So if I want to put click for free stuff, okay, I can do that. If I want to make it a hyperlink, all I got to do is copy it or highlight it like that and hit hyperlink, and I can put it to wherever I want in the address bar. Okay, so you can make links, you can put text, you can put HTML, images, video, tables, whatever you want. My advice, keep it simple. Put some links like contact us, about us, disclaimers, DMCA agreements, affiliate agreements, whatever it has, whatever you need to run your site, that's what you want to put there. Okay, very easy, very simple. So in this example, I'm just going to put the copyright. I'm not going to have anything up here just for sake of time. I'm going to put copyright PCmoneymaking.com, and then we're done. Okay, so those are the main areas that we edit on our blog. Again, headline, header area, our menu area, our content area, our sidebar, and our footer. Once we're done with this, once we get it the way we like, once everything looks good to us, we go through and we are going to export this as a WordPress theme. Okay, we're going to export as a WordPress theme right like this, and we're going to name it. I'll name this sample 1, and I'm going to hit export. Now what this is going to do is it's going to save it as a zip archive file. Okay, it'll be sample1.zip. Sorry, sample1.zip. We're going to hit export, and it's going to create the file. Now all we have to do is go to our blog like this, log into our WordPress admin panel, and then we're going to go ahead and choose our theme. And the way we do this is we go to Appearance, Themes, and we're going to hit Add New. We're going to go Browse, and we're going to choose wherever we saved that theme. In this one, we put it in ARTX, and we're going to look for the one that we just made, which is sample1.zip. We're going to go ahead and click that, install our new theme, and once it's installed, we go ahead and activate, and you'll notice what happens is it now takes all the same blog content, but organizes it on the theme that we just created. Okay, so very, very simple, profitable niche market blog, just another WordPress site that, again, is created in our WordPress area. We have our blue links, we got our links across the top, we got our PC money making on the side, and everything is ready to go. So now, once you create your theme and you upload it, you're ready to go ahead and add content and start making money with your blog or whatever it is you want. So what I want you to do is I want you to go right now, before you forget, go to simplesitesbigprofits.com/art. Again, that's simplesitesbigprofits.com/art. You're going to get this theme. This one you can edit. You can open it in your Artisteer. It's already set up, ready for you to go with everything the way it should be. All you got to do is put your images in, put your header in, add your footer, everything like that. Go ahead and save it as a zip file, upload it to your WordPress blog, and then check out the other bonus videos I have for you at simplesitesbigprofits.com/art. What it's going to do is it's going to show you how to edit all this stuff and how to get people to do what you want on your blog so you could start making money. So hop on over, get the rest of the instructions and everything like that. simplesitesbigprofits.com/art. Put your name and email in the box. We're going to send you this theme, some plugins, some bonuses, and everything else to make your WordPress blog make you some money and do what you want it to do. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And I'll see you over at simplesitesbigprofits.com/art. Thanks again.